Medianoche.
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 Podcast.
Medianoche.
Podcast.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast.
What's good? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode, Medianoche Podcast. We're inside my van, Vanessa. I'm here in the cabin. I'm here with the elusive, but the ever so dope, NoEmotion Goldmask. What's up, man?
No emotion. Look at my mask is golden. Don't ask who am I. No emotion. Art, what up, dog? What up, Art Morera? Yeah, I gotta give you real dap, dog. I don't care if nobody see it or not, dog. I love this nigga right here.
My man, what's up, yo? I see you mad smiley, bro.
Mad smiley, dog. I'm mad smiley because you inspiring me, dog. You living your dream. You know what I'm saying? Shit like this, shit that I'm fucking with, like, it's like I feel good about the people that I've met in my life through my fucking just my journey, through my journey to success, through my journey to happiness. I've met you already, and now we're reconnecting, and I love to be able to see that people believe in themselves.
You have to, man. Like, you have to believe in yourself, man. If you don't, who else will? You know?
That's real.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, bro. We was chopping it up before I pressed the record button, man. And yeah, man, I'm here. You know, you saw that I'm here posted up out of my van. I invested in all this equipment to be able to create. And yeah, bro, you know, like, let's chop it up, man. But I don't want to get into what I've been up to. I want to get into what you've been up to.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? So I watch your lives every now and then on Instagram Live, bro. And you
Man,
do
I
these,
appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I did not know that, to tell you the truth. I've seen you a few times, but I don't know what you saw.
Well, from what I saw, let me think. You set the camera up, you set your phone up in your studio, and then you kind of like
In front of my bedroom door,
Yeah.
where I put up a bunch of posters. Not a studio, just my bedroom.
Okay.
With a few posters, and I just set up.
and you just go off, man. It seems like there's no format. You just kind of like it's like a train of thought, and you just go.
Yes.
You know, you just go, and those are like my favorite types, man. I like both. I like formatted narratives, and I also like just no format. You just go off. Who cares, bro? I like that a lot, man.
Yeah, man. I really do appreciate that, man. I've been just doing my live stream. I did an episode, I think, which I'm very proud of, man. Like, cause I've been consistent with shit, like recording songs, making albums, whatever, blah blah blah. But I've never been daily consistent with shit. And with my live stream or with my podcast, I've been very consistent with it. And I think I just did episode 43 today. But I also did mad podcast live streams way before that for a few days in advance. But I don't know, man. I'm having a good time. I'm glad that you peeped it, and I'm doing my live stream shit every day at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, one thing that like stood out for me a long time ago, man, because you've always had, I feel like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, right? Like, it seems like you made this decision at one point in time to go from like super focused on well-crafted writing to, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna be a lot more loose with my songwriting, and that opened up this new format of like mad random, loosely stringed together unorthodox punchlines that seems to like keep people much more focused that way than some like trying to be on some Rakim shit.
Yeah.
And would you mind like
Yeah, I definitely don't mind answering that. And what happened was I always, like, my whole life, dog, like, one of my cousins was a member of Poison Clan, right? So I grew up around JT Money and a few other members of, like, hip-hop or whatever, right? So I was always around a studio. And I was always around a studio that needed a person to cut on a computer and open up Pro Tools and set shit up. And no matter how many times somebody explained to me how to open up a program, every time I opened the program to record, something would go wrong. So something would always go wrong. And then eventually I got older, me and my friends that I grew up with, Dash's Clay, a few other people, and we had a studio that we always had. We all put our money together and we had a studio. And I still, every time I had to cut on the fucking Pro Tools or the studio, I did not know the answers to make my fucking voice come out the headphones, right? So eventually, after a while, I got really fucking frustrated and I said, you know what, fuck everything, bro. I'm gonna figure out how to enjoy recording without the pressure of needing all this shit that we spent a few $1,000s on. And what I did was I sat there and was just like, I'm just gonna fucking... I always felt like when I would write a rap song, my first line was always my best line. Like my opener, I would spend the most time on. Like, you know, like the first line, like, how do I start the song off? Yo, I walked inside the club dripping or whatever, you know? So what I thought was, I'm gonna make a song of a bunch of first lines. So I'm gonna make my songs like all first lines, and then it evolved because then I realized that what I used to do for fun was I had a voice recorder when I was a kid or like, I don't know, early teen, and I would fucking do like Robot Chicken inspired me.
Fire.
Robot Chicken is NoEmotion. Straight up.
Oh, you know, so, this makes sense a lot.
Robot Chicken, my nigga. So I would do audio Robot Chicken. So I would record and be like, the king would like to see you. And then I would stop. And then it would be like, blood clot, get me the fucking bread. And then I would stop. And then I would be like, I would stop and be like, who took the shoes from the front door? Or I would stop and be like, the socks are going to be $5.99. And then when I would listen to it, and it was just a stream of consciousness, right? When I decided that I wanted to do first line raps, I was like, I'm gonna do this Robot Chicken idea, but with rapping, because I already knew how to rap. Like, I can freestyle, but I'm gonna do it with rap, but not just give a fuck. And then it started out as a big ass troll to all my music friends, and then I want to say that a random white person from like Germany or something was like, you're so dope. And then I got trapped.
I feel you. You kind of stumbled into NoEmotion. I
stumbled into it, dog, through meditation and frustration.
You know, man, like you bring up Robot Chicken, and I used to watch that a lot when it was on Cartoon Network late night, and I remember this one skit they had with Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Where they're in the back of a restaurant.
Yes.
And like that bugged me. You know, that's my favorite video game. You know, that's my favorite
one of
all
too.
Time. And then you put out a music video over stop animation.
Yes, with Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
And I was like, this fool is into the loop, man, of Final Fantasy VII. Like, that's my favorite video game of all time,
Mine
bro.
too, dog. Final Fantasy VII, dog. I remember when I got that game on PlayStation. It felt so amazing because it was like a 2-disc, 3-disc game.
It's like, oh, there's a lot here.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, man. I remember I was in fifth grade when I got it, man. And like some time ago, I bought the game on iPad. On this iPad right here, I had the game on here, and like it was so fucking like it was such a great feeling to reconnect with that lost chunk of my childhood. You know what I mean?
Yes. Cause I did the same thing on my fucking I bought a Mac. I bought a Mac computer, and I rebought the game. I didn't beat it again, but I replayed it. But they're remaking it now. But when they make the remake, I'm definitely gonna get it because that game was a big part of my life, bro.
It was. And why do you think that is, man? I mean, like.
Okay. So that's a good question, dog. Real shit. So as I never thought about it, but I'm gonna tell you real shit. The black dude Barrett with the gun on his hand.
Yeah.
I was like, because when I was a kid, bro, there wasn't a lot of black niggas in the games, right? So I was always like, dog, what? This is black nigga in this game, and then the graphics, and then the nigga trying to get the girl, right? Like from the train station from the beginning. Like I felt like I was chasing that girl.
Yeah.
Like real shit, my nigga. And then I felt like I was chasing that girl to get with that girl from the game. And then I remember when we after the game, everything happened, you go to that first village and they had the real sweet music. It was like sweet music. And then you reconnected with that girl that was at the train. I can't remember her name. I'm mad that I don't. But I remember that Cloud,
yeah.
His girl, he
Yeah.
was chasing that fucking girl, dog. And I connected with that. And then I connected with the black nigga Barrett with the gun.
Yeah, like the writing in that game, especially when they use like bad words and they're like,
yes,
and we were kids being like, oh snap,
yeah,
like, this is non-filtered dialogue from,
dog,
and,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? And I remember being like, yo, you know what, man? Like, these are my friends.
yo, bruh, I was sucked in, like, dog, the casino world.
Yeah.
When
for
you
sure.
fucking after you get on the chocobo and you go to the fucking casino world, that shit. When I first went to a casino as an adult,
it felt like you were there,
bruh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I felt like I was there, and I became obsessed with blackjack and the sounds of the casino because of that game. Because when I walked into a casino for the first time, I felt like I was in that world of Final Fantasy. And I never realized this until right now. I just want you to know that. Okay. I never spoke this shit.
So you're saying like you didn't realize at the time because you were a kid, but you're playing Final Fantasy VII and you are being taken around the life of an adult.
Yeah.
Even though they're saving the world, you're growing up and visiting the real life versions of these places.
Yes, bruh.
Damn, that's wild.
Yo, it is like that's why. Like I'm one of those people, dog. I love talking to people because if you talk to people that are open and willing to talk about themselves and you talk back and forth, like you asked me about Final Fantasy and the deepness of it, of my connection, nobody ever fucking talked to me about that. But I remember the day I bought the game. I remember the day I played it. I remember the day I fought Sephiroth. I remember the vibe I felt when I was just going through different levels of that game. And a lot of games didn't do that to me, but a lot of games also did. But it's dope that me and you have that connection, because now me and you are way closer than you'll ever really know from my aspect.
You know, man, like it's funny, like Final Fantasy VII does that. There's a whole community of people. The thing is that like there's this stereotype, right, of gamers, that they're like these fat, like insecure people that don't know how to interact with real people, so they're all-stars in their games, you know what I'm saying? But like what Final Fantasy VII did for me, bro, was like it kind of gave me like courage, bro, to stand up to that bully in school. It's like, what? Like I just beat this boss at this level, you know what I'm saying? I had one potion left and I pulled it off. So it's like, stop fucking picking on me, you know what I'm saying? Not that you say that in class, but in your mind you're thinking, I'm capable.
Yes,
I'm capable, you know what I'm saying? And that's what that game did for me, man. It really stimulated my imagination. Like even my subject matter in my music today, when I tell my story of my life through my raps, I'm telling it from the perspective of someone that's been submerged in a great story.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy does every single time they do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's very true, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. And friendship too, and not just friendship, but like
friendship, camaraderie.
Yeah.
Fucking motherfuckers disappearing. They gone for a little bit.
And that being okay.
And then they come back.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, you back. And you that happiness when they come back into your life and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
look, right now, you just pulled up. I hadn't seen you in some years.
Dog,
you know
we
what I'm
haven't
saying?
seen each other in a long time, dog. You know what I'm saying? I seen you, but I haven't seen you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I kind of like jumped at the opportunity that I was just gonna get to talk to you again. You know?
Word.
Like, if I ever see you in a club or at a show, I'm gonna go out of my way. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna come say what's up to you because I respect you as an artist, as a creator, as a visionary. And when I saw that, oh, you know, Art's doing a fucking podcast and he's going hard. See, that's the thing. There's people that are creators, right? They create, but they create so-and-so every once in a while.
Yeah.
But then there's people that, dog, regardless, success, failure, achievements, no achievements, they gonna create. They gonna keep, like, fuck whatever anybody talking about. Fuck if I got it right now. Bruh, this shit is in me. Like, there's no stopping. No human being can stop me from being a creative individual. My mom wasn't able to stop me from being creative. My dad can't stop me from being creative. My children can't stop me from being creative. So when I meet people in my life that I know got that undeniable drive towards creating their vision of the world, of their world, bro, I connect with y'all niggas, man. Like, we all the same breed, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all the same human being. We different, dog.
Yeah, I agree, man. I do feel like you cannot derail us from it, and I feel like not being able to be derailed from just continuing to create and document your time here.
Yes.
Like, we're wired a certain way, bro.
It's different, bruh.
And I don't expect people to understand. I just hope they press play, you know?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so I'm a weirdo. You know that, right? I don't know your first impression of me. I actually want to know. I like to know. I like to ask people when they first, because when I created my shit, I created it for a reaction, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to know when you first saw or heard my creativity of NoEmotion Goldmask, how did you perceive it? Or where? Was it live? Was it online?
It was, man, let me think, man. My memory's a little funny these days. I feel like the first time that I saw you was some post. Somebody was like, yo, check this guy out. And I was like, oh, shit. Immediately, the first thing that I thought of, the very first impression was MF Doom.
Okay, that's natural. Right?
I was like, okay, this dude is wearing a mask. Let me see what he sounds like, right? And then when I pressed play, I heard all how you would punch in those lines, right? Yes. But like, it's obviously punched in. You cut yourself off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is new. Okay, hold on. What? And then like, even like the tone of your voice and shit. But really, what really stood out to me was the type of shit you were saying. It was almost like things that people think about but don't take enough time to like document that they thought it.
Yes.
You know? And I was like, I can appreciate this, bro, because not because no one else is doing it, but because of the combination of things that no one else is doing. You get me? Like, you're wearing the mask, the things you're saying, and your format of recording. And then I remember being like, oh shit, he's from down here. Because you know how the internet is. Yeah,
exactly. It's like you don't know where people are from.
And then I met you, and you was wearing the mask, and you was cool as fuck.
Yeah, dog.
You know? Oh yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, no emotion. And then I remember being like, I'm not gonna ask, because you tell people not to ask, which is a cool little approach. It's like, yo, just don't question it, just fucking enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know?
Don't ask, dog. Like that's another thing, dog. Like, my whole thing is like, people people, of course, some people not gonna get it, and I don't really care about those people because what I realize is that like what I'm doing, dog, like I love to hear how people perceive it because that's exactly what I was doing. I was trying to say, like, I went to a fucking hotel today and the people weren't in the office. Boom. That moment. And then each one of my songs is like a fucking Kodak picture of my day.
You know what's one thing that you did that I thought was super dope? Is like you used Snapchat like a visual verse. Cause you'll like take the camera and point at what you're, and then you point at the thing you want to say something about, and it's like a 2-second clip, and then you point at something completely different, and it's like this ongoing verse.
Yes.
You know? And that shit is sick.
And then I'm sad that I gave up on it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be open with you real quick. My nigga, I was so hurt that I felt that idea and that energy was so great. It was, I fucking thought it was so great. And I loved it so much and it did nothing.
Yeah, I know that feeling, bro. Like
I was fucked up.
Like you had this epiphany, like what?
Yeah.
And then you look at the views or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, dog, no one gets it.
Nobody, yo, bro, like when people talk to, yo, bro, I want to let you know, dog, like in my life, I probably had 10 people mention to me about my Snapchat rap. People online, I don't, you know, whatever, bro. Like, yo, that was dope. Doesn't matter. It's people like you that care. Because I'm like, this motherfucker is also a creative motherfucker. I appreciate you, nigga. Your word telling me, yo, that was dope, is worth 25 to 35 regular human beings from Arkansas.
Damn, shout out to Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas. I like y'all.
Shout out to Arkansas, but I'm talking about a fucking regular fucking little kid in the middle of fucking Texas or New York or fucking Tampa, Florida. This nigga play video games all day. That's all he do. I'm talking about a creative individual, bro. And I felt that I was like, yo, dog, I am onto something here.
Yo, you should do that shit on Instagram, dog. More people fuck with you, it seems like, on Instagram. You can do the same shit.
But Instagram doesn't have the you are right.
Oh yeah, because you know what? Like,
no, you're right. I'm in the past. I ain't gonna act like I live in the future, my nigga.
Yeah, I feel you.
I ain't gonna act like I'm completely here.
I won't act like you're completely here either, bro.
Dog, I am not completely in the future, dog, because when you said that, my first response was, Instagram doesn't do what Snapchat does.
But they do.
But they do. And you're absolutely right. Do you understand?
Like, look, like you.
Yo, you just. It's so weird how the mind perceives things. And
it is, man.
Bro, and I want you to not be like, dog, when you see that I wake up tomorrow or this week or whatever, and I'm on Instagram, like, look at the parking spot, look at the blocking spot, hey, blocking block, I just had a pancake. Know that the idea for me to be on Instagram, because I am not on Snapchat anymore, bruh.
Neither am I. Fuck that.
Yo, but yo, when you see me doing it on Snapchat, dog, real shit, I want you to know that the idea for me to continue that came from this conversation.
Dope, man. I appreciate that, yo. I appreciate you wanted to continue, man. Like, I hate the idea of fucking quitting, bro. Like, yo, you know, it's like you plant a seed and that shit doesn't grow, so you fucking just kick it away. Nah, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing about me, right? I'll plant 1,000,000 seeds and say fuck you to all of them. I'll plant 1,000,000 of them, dog.
It's funny, man, because when I was in North California, like, sometimes homies will be like breaking up a nug, and then it'll be seeded, you know, like the nug will have seeds, and then they'll pick apart the seeds, and you'll have this little pile of seeds, and like they'll just toss them to the dirt, and then the ones that grow from it, they call them volunteers. Because they didn't intend on those seeds growing, but they still did.
They still did, dog.
So,
Like,
so those are called volunteers. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
like,
look at those little volunteers over there.
exactly, bro. Like, ideas, bro. Like, I had my girl tell me, right? She was like, yo, you always come up with mad ideas and shit, right? And you do your ideas for a little bit. First of all, I want to say to anybody that's listening, yo, if you have an idea and your idea lasts more than a month, that was a beautiful idea.
Right. It resonated with you for sure.
Yo, if it lasts 4 weeks, great fucking job. If it was only an idea, then fuck you. Right? Whatever, bro. It was an idea. It did nothing. But yo, I come up with ideas and I make moves toward them. But if I don't keep going towards it and then I plant another seed, fuck it, bro. Like, I've tried to make watermelons. I failed. I'm gonna plant a mango tree. I failed. I'm gonna plant a grape tree. I failed. I'm gonna plant a fucking dragon fruit tree. I'm gonna keep planting fruit, bruh, until I realize what fucking fruit will grow at my pace.
Oh, you know what? On that note, let me like break down this whole you cut your dreads off, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good conversation. A lot of people that fuck with me always want to know. So I cut my dreads off because I needed to become more, bro. And my dreads were stopping me in a way that I was like, I'm more than this. And what happened was I cut off one of my dreads. So one day I'm having a panic attack. Like, I'm not gonna act like I was, like, it all happened on some fucking conscious fucking like I was sane, I was on drugs, and I was fucked up, and I was just like, I'm tired of my lifestyle, and I'm bored. And I had a Pedro moment, like from Napoleon Dynamite. You know, Pedro freaked out, he's in the bathtub, and he's shaving his fucking head, and he's mumbling to himself like a crazy person. So I took a pair of scissors, and I cut off one of my dreads, and then when my dread hit the ground, I'm not joking, bruh. Like, this, no matter who believes me or not, I don't care. When in each one of my dreads, in my head, I wasn't on real drugs, but yes, I do be eating shrooms and shit. So when my dread hit the ground, it transformed and it spoke to me.
Before you continue, right? Let me like interject right quick. Like, that is not, even though it sounds crazy to the average person, like, it is not actually crazy, bro, to have this profound moment with parts of yourself that like you detach from yourself.
Yes.
And then but it all happens in like a 0.1 second.
Yo, so fast that when it's done, you questioning everything.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, man. I remember I kind of had that when I shaved my beard off. You know, I had a long ass beard.
Yes, I do remember.
And like when I shaved it off and I grabbed a big ass chunk of it off the ground, like there was this like,
you could feel it.
yeah, it was like, why?
It's speaking to you.
Yeah, for real, it was.
Bro, so I cut off one of my dreads. And I cut off one of my dreads, and I picked it up and I held it in my hand. And when I held it in my hand, it said, "What the blood clot?" I'm not joking. What the fuck you cut me off your fucking head for? I'm half Jamaican. So my dread said that. And I was like, oh shit. So I hear this voice, which is now my son. I didn't know it was my son at the time, Shaggy Balls. So I put him in a fucking bag, right? So I put him in a bag, right? I'm dead serious. I put it in a bag. Shaggy Balls, man. Shout out to my son, Shaggy Balls, man. He got a single out called No Power. So I put him in the bag, and I cut off my other dread. And my second dread that I cut off, it yelled at me. It was like, yo, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And that was my son, Twisted Foreskin. So that's my rock and roll artist, Twisted Foreskin. That's my rock and roll son, Twisted Foreskin. So on. I cut each one of my dreads, each one. It was one of my, and then I decided that I was like, you know, I know that they exist. So they need to grow, you know, like a real child. And I spent every dollar I had to fucking make sure that they flourished the best that I could, until a point where I literally, the same way that you spent all your, you know, spend your bread, or what you have here, for your mics and everything, which is why I respect you so much. I spent I had like $20 left to my name. It was like, I need to buy JJ Tonzel's chain, which is my son that's an R&B singer. And I spent my last $20 and bought the chain for JJ Tonzel. And now I have my children, and now I'm having fun again. You know, I'm happy again. Like, I probably wouldn't be interviewing with you if I didn't create them, because I would have gave up completely. I would have just subdued to drugs and getting my dick sucked in random hotels.
Well, both of those things are very good, but probably not together.
No.
Out of depression.
Yes. That's
Like,
where they usually come from.
Like, shout out to having a moment with a woman in a hotel, and shout out to expanding your mind, but also not being depressed. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I've been there, bro. And yo, you know, man, like, I'm happy to hear that you broke this threshold, and, well, you know, obviously, yeah, you cut off your dress, but what came from that was like all these kids that you personify.
Yes.
You know, and then it allows you to be more creative and less caged into.
Yes. I love that you said caged in, because that's what I was feeling.
Because look, a lot of people that make music and shit, they find a little niche and now they're anchored to it. Like, there's this, like, I'm not gonna say who or what, because really that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But like, somebody would be like, yo, they wear like a short sleeve button up shirt with a tie for a photo shoot.
Yes.
And that becomes their look. And now everywhere they go, they gotta have a short sleeve button up and a tie, because they want to be recognized instantly.
Yes.
And it's like, man, fuck that. Like, yo, just be you, bro. Like, when I had my Ray-Ban Wayfarers glasses for like 10 days, I was like, I guess this is my look.
Yep.
But yo, fuck that. Who cares? Just what they should recognize is your face, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, Eminem is wearing this like this reoccurring outfit.
Yep.
And like, I'm waiting for the day.
Trap himself in it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that he kind of just decides to. Yeah, bro.
No,
for real.
he's not gonna decide. That outfit is going to beat him up in his sleep. He's gonna be waking up in the morning with that outfit like, put me on, motherfucker, or I'm gonna strangle you.
Well, yeah, whereas you have guys like, you know, it's funny, man, like, I have this one DVD, right? It's from this group called Atmosphere, and like, do you know who Atmosphere is?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you should check them out, man. I think that you would like them a lot. Like, when they went on tour in the early 2000s, those guys were wearing like raggedy clothes the whole time. They really did not care about wearing the new shit, and it worked out for them because it kind of gave them this like relatable aesthetic, you know, like, oh, this guy's not dressing too expensive, he's just one of us. And that's one of the things that the fans resonated with. Like, these guys were so relatable, whereas you got somebody like Jay-Z who seems so far from us, that it kind of detaches him a little bit from the average person.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, so I feel like not being trapped in this whole like, this is my look, I gotta stick to it, is because that train of thought is like, it's only cool for 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
I heard this one story of a friend of mine was telling me that a mutual friend of ours who raps one day had a photo shoot. He was wearing baby blue and orange, and he liked the way he looked so much in that he sold all his clothes and replaced his whole wardrobe with different pieces of just baby blue and orange,
bro.
And he, like,
that does not sound weird. It sounds very normal to me, dog.
Yes, it's like crazy how far somebody will go to convince themselves
Yeah.
that they're about that life of being a fucking rap star.
But they're convincing themselves to believe, to create an image, to make themselves be able to go along with their lie.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, you know, man, like,
Because, okay, there's a difference, like, you know, just like I know, right? There's a difference between an artist that's out here, this is who I am, bro, between this is who I am, bro. It's two different fucking people out here, bro. There's people that, bro, they're lying to themselves every moment so that way they believe, to make other people believe. But then you meet people that are so genuine, they're so real, you're like, yo, bro, this is who this nigga is.
yeah, it's kind of like in the Shawshank Redemption, right? When Morgan Freeman goes
Yep.
to meet with the people to see if he's ready to be released, and he meets them 2-3 times, and he sounds genuine, but it almost sounds kind of scripted.
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't let him go. And at the
Yeah.
very end, he was like, listen, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, leave me in here if you want. I just don't care. And that's when they finally released him.
Yeah, bro. Like, I feel like, all right, so when I first created NoEmotion, right? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna go out to the real world with this shit. I went out to the real world and they didn't let me in the club because I had a mask in my backpack. And then Nasty, you know Nasty.
Yeah, I just saw him yesterday. Shout out to Nasty. Word.
Shout out to Nasty. He's a big part of my life, bro. He's a big part of my history. So Nasty walks out to the front door and he's all like,
Oh shit, you fucking NoEmotion. You said this line, you said this lyric. Let him in the club and shit.
so he let me in the fucking club. But when I got in the club, I met Shuttle Life. And through Shuttle Life, I met Metro Zoo. Through Metro Zoo, I met Denzel Curry. Through Denzel Curry, you know what I'm saying? So he let me walk into the club as a regular person, or as NoEmotion. But when I first went there, I was a little delusional. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was like, I created this thing in my head. This isn't really who I am, right? But I'm gonna try to become this fucking creature. And because of Nasty letting me in that club, bruh, he made me realize that you are, like the Eminem goddamn song. You brought up Eminem. You are whatever you, no, not whatever you say you are. Like you. The way I always hear that song, which is weird because I'm a little dyslexic, I ain't gonna lie. When I hear that song, I hear, I am whatever I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? And I always recited that song from the moment that I heard the song for the first time, dog. I always said I am whatever I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? And I remember always being like, if I'm not this person, then what the fuck am I really? And from that day, I just been like, I'm gonna be whatever I want to be. I'm not gonna be extra weird. I'm not gonna be extra perverted. I'm not gonna be extra anything. I'm just gonna be a perfect level of what I feel, because my whole shit is based off of The Mask from the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Okay.
So with The Mask, Jim Carrey, whoever wears the mask, if you're a fucking scumbag and you put on the mask, it's just gonna increase your scumbagness. But if you're a fucking cartoonist, funny person, it's gonna increase your cartoonist version of yourself.
Word. It's like a magnifying glass.
It's a magnifying glass of my personal energy within. So I put on my mask, and all it did was intensify who I was. It did not change who I was. I didn't put on the mask and fucking become, I'm a murderer and I'm gonna bleed all the blood out of people, like, you know, like a fucking horrorcore rapper or whatever.
Word.
I became a fucking times 10 version of myself.
But you have two masks though. you have a smiley face mask and a sad face mask.
Because I always felt that human beings only show people two faces. I feel like you show your face to your family, and then you show your face when you're not with your family.
Yeah, I feel like there's two types of people too. There's you by yourself, and then there's you around everyone else.
Exactly. So it's like almost like what we said, right? See, I grew up, I got fucking 9 aunties, right? And all of my aunties got like 4 kids, right? So I grew up with mad cousins.
Dad, that's like 36 cousins.
Bruh.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Family reunions, Christmas, shit is wild, bruh. I got mad cousins, bro. And I'm one of the youngest. So I was always being picked on. Right? I'm being real. I'm opening right now.
It's all good, yeah.
So
for sure.
I was always being fucking picked on for whatever reason. So I grew up in an environment where I had my face for my family, and then I had my face outside of my family. And then when I created NoEmotion, I created NoEmotion because I did rap, regular rap. I did stand-up comedy. I did this, I did that. I tried to do some acting. And I was like, I want a new face. But everybody needs 2 faces. Everybody needs 2 faces. So I thought of that. And then literally, this is my process. I went on Amazon and I typed in 2 faces. Real shit, my nigga. Never even said this before.
That's funny. Nah, keep going, bro. This is dope.
Bruh, I typed in on Amazon 2 faces, bruh. And the happy and the sad face came up. Tragedy and whatever. And I say, yo, you've been doing stand-up comedy? This makes sense. So I already had my style. I already had 10 songs as NoEmotion before my face, before my entity. So I fucking typed in different faces, and then that shit popped up, and I found my face. And this is all around the time that I got heavy into meditating. So I used to meditate every day for 20 minutes, regardless of whatever was going on in my life. And me personally, I still believe that all of this shit came to me through another dimension, through another realm, that by me opening up my spirit, energies were entering me, giving me ideas and shit like that. But I came up with it like that, bro. That's how I ended up with this fucking vibe.
It's wild how like something comes to a person, and then after that they kind of go on this fucking mission to fulfill it. It's like the universe is like, yo, listen, we've been checking you out, and we think you're finally ready to go down this rabbit hole. So if you're with it, we're gonna let you know to look up 2 faces on Amazon, and it'll be right there.
Yeah, it'll be right there. It'll be It'll be right there for you.
It's like like in the movie Mission Impossible, right? Like Tom Cruise, right? He's sitting in that office trying to figure whatever the fuck he's figuring out, and then a book that has always been in the background, blurry, out of focus, magnifies to the foreground, and then he's like, that's the book I need to look whatever the fuck into. So it's always been there. Those masks existed before you ordered it, obviously.
Exactly.
But until it was ready to play a role in your life, it had no purpose doing so. And when it finally did, it was right there.
Changed everything, dog.
Yeah,
Yo.
man. Look, I'm gonna tell you real quick, just to kind of like match you right quick. Like,
yo, let's talk.
So like, one of the things that I always wanted to do was like incorporate some type of skits, some type of world sounds in my shit. Like one of my favorite things about like Dr. Dre's The Chronic 2001 or like Eminem's albums was the skits, bro. When you'll hear the lowrider bounce and you hear Exhibit being like, oh shit, look at that shit, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And like you'll hear the sounds of the grass rustling while Eminem is like dragging the body. I like that. I like being able to capture those types of sounds, right?
Immersion.
So then like Charlie Fast comes through and interviews me, right? Shout out to Charlie Fast, right? And he's kicking it with me right here in the office, and he's interviewing me on this like portable recorder. oh shit, what is that? He told me what it was. He had a Zoom H5, and I was like, word. So I look it up on the internet, and they had a Zoom H6, and I ordered it, and then I walk around with it capturing sounds, and that was cool. But what I didn't realize was all the podcasts that I've been listening to, they record their podcast off of one of this exact one that I have.
That is dope.
And then I was like, oh snap, like.
Big shout out to Charlie Fast, man. He's a big inspiration to me too. I just want you to know.
Charlie Fast is like one of those like.
He's a fucking great spirit, man.
Yeah, man, he is, bro. Like people, like if you were to tag everybody in all the photos of their important moments,
he's somewhere lurking in the back.
He's there, bro.
He's like a fucking weird, like, bro. He's like a fucking beautiful spirit that's just like right there with you. And I always tell him, because I talk to him often. Like I talk to him more than I talk to most of my hip hop friends, because like he's right there, bro. Charlie Fast interviewed me when I first let my children free, right? And he interviewed me in his car, just like this, bro. Just like this. And it was the dopest shit ever.
It's like mad therapeutic talking to Charlie Fast.
Yo, it's mad, because he seems like he fucking cares, man. Not that just that he seems. He really does fucking care.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, we can't really be, we as like individuals, we can't really be entitled to have other grown ass people dedicate space in their brain to care about us.
Yes.
Like we feel like we're entitled to. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But like Charlie seems to like, again, I mean, I say seems because I'm pretty sure he does, but I'm not a mind reader, so that's why I say seems just like a safety net. But like, I think he really fucking cares, man.
No, I think he really does care.
So like, shout out to Charlie Fast,
Yo,
bro.
yeah, shout out to Charlie Fast, man. We just wanted to shout you out. I wanted to shout you out real quick, my nigga.
But look, man, like, you know, bro, like, before we started pressing record, like, you wanted me to let you know a little bit about what the fuck I have going on.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you a few questions. Okay, so for one, I want everybody to know that you're not, I guess, open enough. I don't know. I'm sure you already talked to your viewers or they know what's going on. But this motherfucker, right? This motherfucker's in front of a motel that he's staying in or showers at, or I don't know his full story. But he's got a fucking van, right? And he's got all the shit that you need to create content as a musician, as a podcaster, or a radio host. Everything is in this motherfucker's van, bro. And like I told him before we went live, I said, yo, bro, I went down a rabbit hole watching people live out of their cars because I wish that I could do that. The only reason that I'm not able to do it or don't want to is because I have 2 children and shit, right? And when you have children, you're all like, what about their feelings? What about their fucking, are they hungry and all that shit, right? So I'm not able to just abandon them yet. I'm gonna say yet because I don't know if I'm going to. Like, I'm not going to, but I'm never going to say that I'm not going to not go do what I know I need to do in order to make their lives better. But bro, what I see this nigga Art doing, nigga, this shit is beautiful. This motherfucker's in his van. His back of his van looks so dope.
Well, yo, this is the thing, man. Like, I don't have kids, right? I don't have kids, and I choose to be single, bro. Like, at this time, because my last relationship was like a full-time job for 7 years, bro.
It is a full-time job.
Caring about something. The thing is that, like, with women, bro, like, they deserve. They are a whole other fucking whole ass life, you know, and they're choosing to spend their lives with you. So they deserve, bro. Good women deserve that priority. You know what I'm saying?
That's where you're wrong. You deserve a woman that understands this life.
Well, like, the thing is that I can't expect just some girl to, like, to leave her whole life behind just to ride
bro,
with me.
I'm gonna tell you some shit that I know from life, bruh. And I'm gonna put this on you. I don't know if you gonna listen to me or not, my nigga.
Nah, straight. I'm here, bro. I'm here. I always listen, man.
Bruh, fuck that. There is a bitch out here, and when I say bitch, I'm saying it meaning a beautiful woman that will become your bride, right? Bitch as in bride.
Okay.
That will understand and love. Imagine if no homo, my nigga. Imagine I was a woman.
No, I don't want to do that.
No, fuck that. Imagine I was a bitch, right? I'm as ambitious as I am, and I see how ambitious you are, and I'm living with my bitch ass mom, my bitch ass grandma. Bruh, all you gotta do, cause listen, where I think people like me and you fuck up, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna open with you, bruh. We fuck up by thinking we could do it all by ourselves.
I mean,
can't.
Nah, I know for a fact that like making it is not a one-man job, bro.
No,
like,
dog.
It's not. I mean, the thing is this, bro. It's like, so like when I was in my last relationship, man, I had my ex-girlfriend. I had like a couple producers that rocked with me, like Nixon, and like Draz still rocks me, but like, so like I had all these people that rocked with me, and then a high school friend of mine that lives out in North California wanted to invest in me. He had some bread, and he's like, "Yo, come through. Let me like let me invest in a project for you." That project ended up being my project Afterglow, right? But like my ex and Nixon rode with me to California, quit their jobs and rode with me across the country,
believing in me.
And this is me believing in my friend that wanted to invest, just throw up the bread and trust my judgment.
Yes.
So I went out there, and I had no idea. It was so unprecedented. I had no idea what I was really signing up for. Living in North California, where all they do is grow weed and smoke meth. Not my friend. My friend doesn't smoke meth.
Yeah.
But like everyone else does.
Humans.
All they do is grow weed, smoke meth, and
don't matter the drug. People are getting high.
So like I go out there, and this is too much of a culture shock for my ex and Nixon, right? Like we were staying out of a fucking hotel for a couple days, then we moved into this
they wanted to take showers and gay shit like that.
Yeah, but shout out to showers, bro. Showers are
shout out to showers, but bro, sometimes you can't take a fucking shower.
So the thing is that like all this to pursue rap, and they ended up living that whole like we ended up living this whole mountain life. That's not what they signed up for. But truthfully, even though I was willing to go through that to obtain the goal, which is
you was
rap,
ready to do what you're doing right now.
They weren't. And then and because of that, like I can't really blame them, bro, for like they believed it, they trusted my judgment, and to an extent I kind of like let them down.
Nah, man.
And it's all good. Like now it's all good.
It's all good, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. No, you wasn't wrong, bro.
But listen, hold on. This is the thing, right? Like, so now here I am, right? Oh, and then even after that, when Nikki and I had broke up, right? Like she's a great girl, man.
Yes.
But like when her and I broke up, it sent me down this like completely fucking like I have nothing else to. I don't give a fuck about nobody else anymore because I don't even care about myself at this point.
Yeah.
And I started drifting. I had money too. I had some bread from some plays that I made.
Yes.
And I just started to drift around the country in my little Scion XB, just my dog and I. Because for a while I had a homie of mine too that was rocking with me, but like after that,
pushing who you were?
No, I was just...
You just living.
I was just drifting.
What's one of the craziest stories you got from drifting?
So this one time I was like in Wyoming, right? I was in Wyoming. The main highway that goes across Wyoming is the I-80.
Yes.
Right? Because the highways that are in the solid numbers, they go east and west. I-10 goes through Texas, 20, 30, 40, 50. All the way in Wyoming is the I-80. And when you're driving up left and right on the I-80, you are like in the middle of fucking nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
And the only people that hang out there, I remember I stopped at this one gas station, and the little holster where the gas pump sits at was full of solid ice because it's so cold out there. Right? And I go into the gas station to pay for my gas, and there's just two people there, like on some like No Country for Old Men shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a lady behind the counter and this old dude's just sitting there, and they're not saying nothing because I walked in, right?
Yeah.
And I know this because when I open the door, they stop talking. And I go and I pay for my gas, and I go, hey, so what's there to do around here? And this dude, he goes, you're looking at it. And I'm like, all right, word, this doesn't seem too welcoming, you know. All right, for sure, thank you guys, have a good day. And I get out and I start pumping my gas, and I go to this rest stop, right? And I passed out on the rest stop, and my dog is such a good road dog because like he sleeps but his ears stay perked up for anything that might come up. And you know, when you're sleeping and it's cold outside, your body heat and the cold outside creates condensation, and it fogs up the windows. So I couldn't see out the window. But I woke up, and around the outside of my windows were like silhouettes of people trying to peep into my car. And I'm in the middle of Wyoming by myself. And all my equipment, all the shit that's in my van now, but like packed into a small ass vehicle. So I was pretty vulnerable then, you know. So I get up and I see, you know how like you hunch over your arms looking into a windshield?
Yes.
So I see that on my driver's side and my co-pilot side, and my dog's barking. And I go, yo, what the fuck? And then the people kind of they get away from they scatter from my car. And I open up my car door and I look around, and there was nobody there anywhere.
Bruh, that's fucking bugged out. First, I'm gonna ask you like I was watching a scary movie. Why the fuck did you even open the door?
Because I could physically defend myself.
I feel you, but you thought there was fucking more than 3 people.
Nah,
you can't defend yourself from 3 of my... You can't defend yourself from me and 2 of my weakest friends.
Well, you know, man, like, something in me just felt
You
like
had a
opening
weapon?
the door. I have a knife.
That's not enough.
I know. I know.
No, that's not enough. So that was like a movie, dog. It's crazy that, you know, it's...
So this is the thing, right? Like, look, like, I opened the door on some fuck it, you know, like,
Yeah,
whatever,
fuck
fuck
it.
it. So
What the fuck?
So I open up the door like, yo, what the fuck? And I look around, and there's...
Nobody.
The rest stop is empty. There's not another car in this rest stop anywhere.
But the dog was barking like crazy.
But my dog was barking, and I look and I see the silhouettes, and I open up the door and there's no one there. So
I love that you told me that story.
So the thing is like, I don't know why, bro, but like, I don't know why, man, but like, when I was drifting, I feel like I had a lot of meetings with God, bro.
Yeah.
And God was like my co-pilot during these trips, you know? I was crying a lot. You know, you go over a bad breakup, you know what I'm saying?
I cry all the time, dog.
So
I'm
like,
one of the people, dog, when it comes to crying, okay. Yo, I like that you said that. I'm just going to say it real fast, and I want to keep hearing, but crying, bro, crying is powerful.
Yo, Joe Budden has this one line where he goes, I'm fucked up now. Don't ask why, y'all. Sometimes the best medicine is just to cry, y'all. Feel what I'm saying? Like, Joe Budden understands too, man. So the thing is, like, when I was drifting a lot around the country, I had a lot of these weird... When you're by yourself, when there's not another human being around you, things happen that other people won't believe you because they weren't there to see it happen.
Exactly.
But these things happen. And you know what, bro? Like,
that's like me with my fucking... Like, bro, I've had so many... I talk about some of my weird experiences with me just by myself on my podcast, and I'm a firm believer in other dimensions and other things that are kind of guiding you. I believe there's other guiding things that are around you, and I don't believe in, like, I've seen personally fucking, like, I might be in a fucking place I shouldn't be, and I'm fucking a bitch, and then, like, why is your pants hanging up on this fucking light? Or why did the bottle pop open? I've seen shit in my life. I just seen shit that your story just No, a lot of your story just resonates with me, dog. That's why I asked you what's the craziest thing that happened.
But mind you, that's like one of the things, bro. Like
one of them.
And it's weird. Like I feel like right now, what's going on with me is that, and this is one of the reasons why I do this podcast and with people, because I noticed that the last few years, for like the last like 3 or 4 years, my memory has been a little funny.
Yes.
And I feel like the reason why that is because my decision making proved to not be the best, and I have a lot of regret for things not working out. So I start suppressing bad memories. But when I suppress bad memories, it's kind of like whiteout, where you pull the thing out of the whiteout to white out the mistake, but then you spill the bottle by accident, and a bunch of shit gets covered in whiteout.
Yeah.
So now I'm forgetting a bunch of shit I don't want to forget until somebody else brings it up, and I'll be like, oh snap, word. Like my friend Kimber, he has the memory of a fucking 10 elephants, and he'll bring things up.
Kimber
and I'm
is
like,
the person that shot a lot of your videos.
Yeah, Kimber, you know. So like he'll bring up a lot of, because he was there for a bunch of shit, and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's when we were at this gas station. He'll name the name of the gas station in the town and the special on the chocolate milk, and I'll be like, damn fool, I'm thankful for you because you remember so much. But like when I was by myself drifting around the country, bro, like that's the thing, man.
Do you remember a lot when you were by yourself?
I do, man. And like I talk about it a lot in my music, songs that I haven't even came out with yet. And like for example, like you pull over on the side of the highway, and you know, to go take a piss or something, and you know, when you're in the middle of just scenic America, the only thing that you see is what your headlights show you and your brake lights, because everything else is dark. There's no street lights in the middle of the fucking mountains and valleys and shit. There's no street lights, right? And my dog starts barking because he sees something in like the abyss of darkness over there somewhere. He could have seen a bear, a wolf, he could have seen whatever. And
you're just driving, your dog's fucking barking out of nowhere.
Yeah, like look,
what kind
man,
of dog
like,
was it?
I have a miniature feral hound. Like, so it's just
you still have your dog?
Yeah, I do. He's hanging out with my pops right now.
Okay.
So like, you know, there's just mad things, bro, that like mad little weird moments when I was by myself with my dog that I feel like was just God, bro, being like, hey, listen, let's talk about this now. Or I'll think about something, and
because you're in your thoughts so much.
I am, bro. And then like I'll say something in my mind, and then whoever's talking on the radio says the same thing at the same time that I say it. Like they sync up, and I have no telling of what the guy was gonna say, but he like ad-libs my thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Things like that. And when things like that happen, I feel like that is a sign that you are in tune with a certain frequency, that you're heading in the right direction of.
Yeah, you're going the right way.
It's like when you shoot a basketball on the rim, when your jump shot is so perfect, the net doesn't even move, bro. The ball just goes right through.
Yeah. You're just
know?
in sync. Everything's going perfectly.
Yeah, man. You were saying how you have kids and you're trying to tell them that you want to move out of the apartment building.
Yeah, I'm telling my kids that, like, yo, look at all these people that live around us. We live in an apartment complex, you know? Like, if I die if I'm gone before I'm able to achieve my dreams, one of you motherfuckers have to change our lineage. Like, my last name is your last name. You guys are girls. I got 2 girls. So I told them today, I'm like, listen, y'all last name, when you fall in love with a man, you gonna want to fucking change your last name, but you still mine, you know? You still got my last name, you still got my blood and shit. Your lineage is my lineage, and our bloodline is gonna continue. But it's up to one of us during our bloodline to change our fucking future for forever, not just for your family today. Like, people be working hard to survive for their family today. Nigga, I've been working hard for so long and I still haven't changed my family for today. Well, that's a lie, because I keep us alive and I keep us in a fucking middle class neighborhood, right? But I want us to fucking be able to have a house with land, more than one car, more than what, you know, like, You know, I want my lineage and my family to be able to have more than what we already have and to be more comfortable.
And you know, like, it's that same struggle, bro. That's like, yo, people think that that the end game for this whole shit is just to have money, and it's
no,
like,
it's not.
It's, bro, I want to be able to have. I want to be able to buy my mom a house, bro. It doesn't have to be a big house. I just don't want her to be paying rent, and that money goes to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, that money should be going to a mortgage where she eventually owns that property, and then our family has a little property somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know how you hear those stories of people like in Georgia, they're in this big ass house, like, yeah, this house has been in the family for 100 years.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I want that. And
cause my mom background, bro, like, my mom got extensive background of our slavery history, right? Of African American slaves in South Carolina and the trades and everything like that. So I grew up hearing about where we came from and how my first great whatever motherfucker learned how to read, and this motherfucker figured out how to do some shit, and then he got a farm and something else, and he started us. That motherfucker started us on this path. But then my pops was a hustler and shit. So I grew up very privileged. I grew up super privileged because of illegal money until police took everything away. And then I lost everything, and then we started back from ground zero. So my question is my question of life is like, would you rather never have, right, than to have, know what's there, lose it, and then be fighting to get that back?
oh, so you're like, it's better to have love than loss and to never love at all.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, damn, dog, I know what it's like for me to ask my parents for something and we could get it, or go and eat, or do whatever financially. But me, right now, as myself, I'm like, yo, we can't do that right now. You know, it's not capable right now, but we will in time. And I'm trying to get it to a point, because like, I'm trying to start a business with my kids, getting my daughter to be focused on entrepreneurship. So I'm training her to not think that that her life depends on another person to give her money. That I'm like, you could make money from yourself, but I've never been brave enough. Like, okay, nigga, when I look at you and what you doing, it's bravery.
Yeah,
it's
it
bravery.
is. Yeah, it definitely is, bro.
It's bravery.
I mean, not on some brag shit, but like,
not on some brag shit, my nigga.
But yeah, it definitely is, bro. Like, I feel like part of what a part of what makes it brave is like not being deterred by other people telling you like, yo,
by other
this isn't gonna work
people's
out.
what you should have.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know what kind of I don't know if you come from a large family or a small family.
I don't know. My family's pretty decent size. My mom's side is pretty big, and my dad's side is pretty small.
I know that when you guys all get together, and everybody's all like, yeah, you know, Jeremy's a doctor, and da 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 is a lawyer, blah blah blah. You're kind of feeling like, myself too, my nigga. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm doing what I can do, and I'm striving towards greatness. Regardless of your path, because most people, like, what's fucked up, right? Most people that I know in my life that are super successful are successful because of the path that they had to take.
Well, you know, man, like, when my family and I get together and they talk about how good they're doing or whatever, and they ask me how I'm doing, some of them are a little condescending.
Yeah.
Hey, so when are you gonna go to college, or when are you gonna join the army or whatever the fuck? But then other ones are like, hey, that last video that you did, that last music video, I love that line where you say this and that.
Yeah.
So like, instead of me paying attention to the people that aren't believers yet, I just spend my time rocking with people that do rock with me, and my quality of life goes up. Because you start thinking about when you were a kid and these people were like younger and they loved you, they were showing love to you and shit. But nowadays, especially because of Facebook, we barely spend any time together.
Yep.
So why would I invest brain RAM on like making them proud of me when they don't even fucking we don't
Yes.
even talk, yo. We don't even talk like that.
It's true, dog. Like yo, like I keep telling you, dog. I keep telling you shit that's happening in my life or whatever. Like, this is the first conversation / interview that I talked like kind of like as myself, and bro, like, this world, this life is about finding your place where you fit in, no matter what anybody else thinks, and finding your truth, finding your happiness, finding your place, no matter how much you might fail. Like I said in one of my songs, the key to success is failure, right? So when you fail, you learn so much, but you can't dwell on the failure. You have to learn from it and grow from it and keep evolving from it. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm at a point in my life where I'm just growing, and I like all of last year, 2018, I was gone. Cause like I started making money from NoEmotion. I started being a little successful, started doing shows, getting bread, and I had money. And then I started doing drugs, aka cocaine, which is Miami, right? And cocaine fucking destroyed my whole 2018. That now in 2019 I'm recovering from, bringing myself back to believing that I deserve, or I work hard enough to deserve more. Because I think I fell into that trap because I was all like, I deserve more and all of this and all of that. But really, bro, wherever you're at in your life is where you're meant to be. Like, you are not meant to be somebody else. Like, we're not designed to be another human being. We're all meant to be exactly where we are right now. Whether or not me or you are able in 10 years from now to have a big mansion, have a house, it's about, yo, I showed myself that I believed, and I gave it my passion, and I loved what I was doing, you know?
Yeah, if you spend every single day wanting something that you don't have and be beating yourself up because you don't have it, you're gonna look back at your life one day being like, damn, I spent my whole life not satisfied, and that's a waste of a life to me, bro.
It
like,
is.
I'd rather spend every single day just being happy, bro, that I worked for what I have, and being happy with the things that I have, knowing that I paid full price for it. I don't even want a discount. Just give me what the fuck I worked for. That way I can truly appreciate it. And then when I look back at my life, I can be like, damn, you know what, man? Like, I fucking did that shit, you know?
Yeah,
like that's the key, bro. Like, just being thankful for what you have. For real, I know it's cliche and everyone puts that on bumper stickers and shit, but it really is true, man.
It's
like,
true as
just being
fuck.
thankful for what you fucking have, and applauding other people for getting what they have.
Yes.
Because, okay, like, for example, one thing that I struggle with personally is, since I'm on probation, I can't go on tour like that.
You can't just dip.
I can't. You got to report every month, and like, I don't know if I could
We
afford
all
to.
have our own little constrictions.
So like, I see other people on tour. I see all these tour posters, and I'm like, damn, I can't wait till I get off probation. But it's easy for me to forget that I was facing 15 years, bro, for how much weed I had on me when I was pulled over, and I got blessed with an amazing lawyer that was able to hook me up with just the time that I did.
Bless.
And so now I remind myself of that, and when I see a tour poster, I'm thinking, oh snap, I only have 11 months left. Before I know it, I'll be able to, you know.
But your story, okay, so everybody's story is what makes you dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, everybody that's around us that's been walking past us as we've been interviewing, right? Everybody that's walked past us as we've been talking, we don't know what their life is. Some of these people are ex-drug addicts, ex-prostitutes, ex-fucking just got laid off. Maybe they're trying to find a place to stay. Maybe blah, blah, blah. Because we're not in a position where we're in a super rich neighborhood where it's like motherfuckers got super money, right? We're not in that position yet. But, bro, everybody's story is worth millions of dollars if they just accept that, yo, this is my story, instead of being infatuated with what somebody else's story was or could have been or whatever the fuck. It's like, focus on your story, focus on your truth, focus on what you do, and I think in the end you'll be happy. In the end, the people that deserve to know you exist, the people that deserve, that's one of the things. When I first started doing stand-up comedy, I used to be like, before I would get up on stage to hype myself up, would be like, the only people that deserve to hear my jokes, they deserve to hear it. Like, anybody that doesn't hear it, they don't even deserve to hear it, because they didn't do whatever it took to hear my story. So everybody's story is worth so much, and I just feel like I'm on a mission and on a path to create this. I'm on a path to create this image of myself and my lineage and my family to expand beyond my existence on this realm, you know?
And that's what that phrase "to be or not to be" is, bro. Is you make that conscientious effort to write out the story of your life, bro, and make it worth reading, you know, or make it worth watching. Like, some people watch movies all day. Other people make the movie.
Yes.
You know? And that's a decision I made some time ago. Like, you know what, man? I want my story to be worthwhile. Let me make it worthwhile, you know, instead of just feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, my story's not exciting enough. Once you become aware that you're writing out your own story, it'll give you some juice. You'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna go skydiving.
Yeah.
I would like that to be a part of my story, you know?
Yeah.
And you start doing dope shit because you're aware that if you don't put yourself onto doing it, no one can truly make you do it, and you're gonna live a boring ass life, and that's gonna be the worst memories when you're old as fuck, looking back at your life like, damn, I hate remembering.
Yeah.
No, man. Like, make your life dope, bro. Like, look at what you did, bro. One day you just decided to do intro verse raps, you know?
Yeah.
And then you bought these masks and you grew out dreads and you
Yeah.
did poetry and stand-up comedy and fucking live shows. You were one of the first people in Miami that put banners on stage.
Yeah.
You know, like showing people the importance of marketing yourself. Yo, there was this one guy on the internet that was biting your shit, bro. Do you know who I'm talking about? I don't
I'm
even
not
know his
sure.
name. His name was like Moth or some shit like that.
There's a bunch. The thing, okay, so when I first started, I used to get hit with "you're biting MF Doom," right?
Right.
So whenever people tell me, yo, somebody's biting your shit, I would reach out to them and I would say, I love you and I appreciate you, because I don't believe that people are biting me, right?
But this is like very, very, very similar.
Yo, I have inspired. Listen, one of the things that I'm not like, I try not to sound too arrogant. I'm not one of those people, but people contact me and tell me that I inspired them and I created their whole realm of what they live in. But like, yo, bro, like, just like with me growing up, Wu-Tang inspired me. Fucking Noriega inspired me. Fucking Tracy Lee inspired me.
Damn, Nori inspired you? That's dope, dude.
Yeah, Noriega was like my best. And what's weird is what inspired me with Nori was his ad-libs.
Like, I'm not sure if you knew this. You knew that I used to film for Drink Champs, right?
I did not know that.
I was one of their cameramen for a little while. DJ EFN, like.
That's dope. I work with a podcast called Everyman Podcast on Fridays. I go there and interview with them, and we interview Garcia. And when I was younger, me and Dash's Clay, we used to we would rap together and all of that shit. And Garcia and EFN and Crazy Hood, them niggas was, bro, we looked up to those guys more than they'll ever understand. And then when I got to interview him, when he walked into the building, he saw me, he said, "Oh shit, NoEmotion Goldmask?" He said, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Yo, you know who I am?" And I'm kind of one of those people that's been grinding so hard, not looking back, not looking at what I'm doing, that people are always like, "Yo, bro, I used to sometimes I take it weirdly when people are like, "Bro, I used to listen to you. I used to listen to you all the time."
Oh, like used.
Yeah. I grew up when I was younger. I used to listen to you all the time, and you inspired me to think different. But, bro, like, people that are doing shit, we inspire people. You might not know it, but there are people that are watching you that came up with, just like myself, bro. Like, I was doing what I was doing from back in the day when I first seen you shit with the videos and shit. I'm like, yo, this guy Art, bro, like, this guy Art is fucking serious about the shit. He takes it fucking serious, and I love your approach. Like, you inspired me to simplify. Like, okay, to me, you would capture something as simple as, I'm gonna go to the corner store and buy a juice, and my story that you're gonna see is me going to the fucking store and buying a juice and coming back home. That's my story that I'm sharing with you for a few minutes. And you're the first person that I saw do that, and I was like, bruh, like, all this fucking, I need this, and this, I need a car, I need a this. Nah, bruh, like, bro, life, existence. You grasp that shit really early on in your career, that just your whole approach with time. That's another question, because I've always fucked with you, and I always wanted to ask you, like, I just want to know, what the fuck made you because now I care so much about time, but you've been on that time shit, my nigga, for a long time.
Yes, I have. Yeah. So
what was your first project where you decided time was the concept?
I got you. So 12 a.m., right? So the synopsis of 12 a.m. is that I was in a group after high school. Like, when I started rapping in high school, I started getting into, like, wanting to be a rapper, and then I got good at rapping. And then I graduated high school, and I got into this group with a couple other heads from Miami that they're really good at songwriting, cool people. And we were a group for a few years. We almost got signed in 2007. Like, we went to New York. We had label meetings with like 10 labels, major labels, distribution deals, all that shit. The managers that we had offers on the table for us, but they wanted more. They wanted more money for us, and the labels pulled out, right? So then we ended up not getting signed. And the group that I was in, we were already kind of like not getting along anymore. So I decided to leave the group, and I was by myself, and I was mad overweight, and I was just like, fuck, bro, like, damn, this was in 2007, already 12 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
And I was living with my dad, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep going. And my dad is one of those guys that, like, he still has a VCR. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you know how the VCR has the 12 on the screen, and I was plugging in my computer, my studio equipment next to the entertainment system, because that's where the power outlet was, where all his TV and his VCR and DVD player was plugged into. I plugged my shit into that too, like on a power strip. So I unplugged his VCR and I plugged it into the power strip. You get me? Like I took the VCR out of the wall socket and I plugged in the power strip into that same socket.
Yeah.
Then I plugged the VCR into one of the slots on the power strip. You get me?
Yeah.
And I looked over at the VCR to see that it was on, and it was blinking 12 a.m. You know how it resets at 12, you know?
Yes.
So I was like, oh snap. Like at any point I can
That's
just restart. At any point I can just restart.
Dog,
you get me?
That's dope, dog, cause like I always wondered that. Like I always wondered what made you focused on time.
So like, because they say that man invented time. That's not true. Time exists. Man only discovered time.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, and they put shit on it.
Like man began to understand the concept of time. So when I plugged that VCR back in and I saw that it was blinking 12 a.m. right in front of my face, and I'm restarting this approach in rap music, I was like, damn, I'm kind of restarting just like this VCR
Bro,
is.
that's deep, dog. That's dope.
And then at the same time, like, it was this crazy epiphany because, you know, the VCR, you play movies in it.
Yes.
You know? And I'm like, damn, you know, like, I'm restarting, and my life, I want my life to be a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog.
This whole symbolic thing.
Bro, people don't understand how, like, okay, just like the creation of everything that I do and everything, like, yo, people don't understand that everything is so much deeper than just putting it out.
Yeah, man, there's a whole thing. Like, there's a whole thing behind it.
It's deeper than everything that we share with people as creatives, that it's like, bro, like, I might say this or might do this, but every single thing we say and do comes from somewhere, and it's like we just put it out and people just take it in as 12 a.m.
Yeah, no, man, like, I mean, mind you, after that is when I realized, oh snap, AM, Art Morera.
Yo, bruh, I never put that together.
Yeah,
but that is really dope, dog.
But that was like later. That's like secondary.
That
relevance.
came after you realized, after you already accepted that time was that you were like, wow, that's dope, I'm resetting. And then you was like, AM.
Yeah.
Art Morera.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, my birthday's on the 12th. And so it's like...
everything played out.
Yeah, everything played out. And that's the way God works, bro. God is a chess player. You know what I feel like God is, bro? I feel like, you know, he gave us free will. And we exist on this big chessboard, right?
Yeah.
And he is overseeing us move ourselves around the chessboard. And every now and then, he's like, chill, let me just kind of make a move quick. That's the way... I feel like that's the way God works. Like, he's in control, but he allows us to move ourselves around until he sees that we're about to do a really bad move, and he says, hold up, and then he moves the chess piece for us.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I feel like God works.
To make us realize, to appreciate the last move before that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, when I got arrested, that was a chess move by God, bro. In one swoop, he removed transporting weed out of my life, the Scion XB out of my life that I was paying every month for, my ex-girlfriend out of my life. God bless her. She's a great girl, bro. I don't have no beef with her. But he removed all these things out of my life, put me on timeout for 4 months, you know? And then I came out and he goes, all right, bro, go hard now. And since I got out, I've put out 2 projects. I'm working on putting out a 3rd one. I'm working on a documentary series with 5. Damn, I said too much. A project about the whole shit. A podcast. I got the van, video equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. You making those steps. You taking the steps, dog. The steps to your journey, dog. And I think that's what life is all about. I think life is all about us realizing our greatness and accepting that each step that we take is really important. Like each one step,
right.
Each one drastic thing,
right.
Like no matter how it hurts, no matter how it feels, cause like I've been doing my podcast, right, which is fucking live at 5 o'clock Eastern time, every single day, and I've been committed to it.
What's it called?
It's called Live at 5 Don't Ask Podcast. And I realized through the people that watch me every day, that I realized that I go through so many ups and downs. I never realized the amount of ups and downs week by week, day by day, that it changes so much. And life is all about ups and downs, and other people are going through ups and downs, and through you sharing your minuscule, bro, we're in America, right? So our ups and downs are so fucking little.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like, we definitely don't have big ass problems like other people do.
No, dog.
As much as they do, even though a lot of shit goes on here.
Even though a lot of shit goes on, man, we end up in a lot of different situations and sticky situations, man, but people are going through shitty shit all the time. And I think that if we're able to express ourselves, that's a gift. The fact that you want to do a podcast and talk to people, and by talking to people, you're going to make yourself vulnerable.
Right.
By being heard, and by people like I keep saying to you over and over, I never said this before. But by me talking to you, it's being recorded. I'm not afraid to make myself vulnerable. But my vulnerability comes from knowing that, I'll tell you some real shit. When I went to go meet my other half brothers, like my pops was a Rolling Stone, right? He got other kids. So when I went to go chill with my other brothers and my other siblings, I was like, damn, man, you guys are living in real poverty, you know? You guys got mattresses and shit on the floor, fucking 12 people. You guys are fucking broke as fuck, but you motherfuckers are somehow still happy, still smiling. You guys are still fucking good. And then I also watched a documentary called Happy. And I realized that in the poorest countries and in the poorest towns, people know everybody in their neighborhood. And they speak to them. They engage with them. And through talking to people, you accept your reality through talking to other people about their reality, and then you're like, man, you know, my shit ain't really that bad, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because it works both ways. Like, you'll talk to somebody. It's funny, like, I don't mean to sound condescending or even patronizing when I say this, but like, let's just say you talk with someone that has one hand, right?
Yes.
And then you're like, damn, I'm thankful for both my hands. And in your conversation, you're telling them how some stupid shit like...
You're talking about clapping and shit.
Like, you're like... Nah, but like something that you have... I mean, something that you don't have that they have. Something small, right? Like, let's say I got this van, right? And this guy has this old Civic. The guy with one hand is going to be like, damn, I wish I had a van. You know what I'm saying? Like things that... you have that they don't have, and things they have that you don't have. You know what I'm saying?
You understand.
Y'all begin to appreciate just what you have.
You appreciate more, dog. Like I recently, like, my biggest accomplishment. I'm gonna tell you right now. My recent accomplishment was not selling shirts, not getting people to come checking on my podcast. Was that I told my children, I said, yo, I don't understand how I drive around these neighborhoods or our neighborhood and don't see kids playing in the street. If I see a kid, their parents is right behind them, right? So I told my kids, I said, yo, y'all goal is to find the other kids in the neighborhood and get them to play outside of our building. That is y'all goal. And I don't want to hear anything else. Bro, less than 2 weeks, yo, the front of my building sounded like a fucking playground.
Oh, that's sick.
Bro, and the parents of the other kids would be outside. I didn't go outside because I said, yo, when I was a kid, my mom would be like, go outside. What are you doing in the crib? If I would have died, she wouldn't have fucking known. But we so different in this reality that we're so afraid. So now I make my children go outside and play. Of course, I got the windows open and every once in a while I look outside. But like, you could change other people's reality through your decisions, through your choices.
Yeah, for sure. The things that you do indirectly affect others, bro.
Affect others. So other people that are going through shit. So we were talking about other shit. So there's like a little boy that lived underneath us. That this little boy probably had nobody that was his friend. So I tell my daughters, yo, go knock on their fucking door. And go ask that little boy to come out and play with us. Go play with y'all. So they go get him. Day one, I tell my kids the story of what they should be doing. Bruh, day one, they go knock on this kid's door. The parents had like extra scooters, my nigga. Like scooters that they just had because some auntie or something just made scooters. So now my kids knock on this kid's door to play with him. Day one, now my kids got new scooters with the lights lighting on their wheels. And we got new scooters now. And now this kid is knocking on my door in the morning on Saturday. Like, hey, can they come out to play? And I realized that it's like, bruh, like, if I'm able to do that, if I'm able to inspire my kids to inspire other kids to play with kids, I can inspire other people to fucking like, yo, stop being like, I don't have a mic. Stop being like, I don't have a studio. Create. Do whatever it is that you gotta do. Because through you could inspire somebody that will appreciate you. Somebody that will take your inspiration to another level that you never even thought existed.
Yeah, you know, it's wild, man. Like, every now and then I'll get somebody, especially on Instagram, right? Like, they'll send me a DM saying, yo, man, I don't know if you remember this one time, because look, this one time I went on some random page, somebody had left just a random comment on my shit.
Yeah.
And I go on their page, and on their bio it said, trying to be a rapper or whatever. And I left a comment saying, change your bio to that you are a rapper, you know, like, not that you're trying to be one. I forgot about that. Some time ago, I forgot about that. This fool, like, commented back on my shit in a DM, like, yo, I don't know if you remember, but you told me to change it from trying to be to I am one, and now I'm on my third project thanks to you kind of pushing me.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dog. People like, this is why I am here with you. This is why I fucking got off of work, did my podcast, did my shit, been contacting you. Bro, I don't reach out to fucking people. I reached out to you because, for one, like I told you from before, you know, we're not close friends. We didn't grow up together and all that shit. But I love you, dog. I love you for who you are and what you do.
Thanks, man. I love you too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love
appreciate it,
you
man.
for what you do, and you're going to and are and am and is and right now are inspiring other people, regardless of, bro, I don't care about, bro, views and viewers and people listening. None of that fucking matters, dog. What matters is that you're doing it, and the fact that you're doing it, your energy is going to transfer into a person that you do not know, and then they will blow up, and one day you're sitting down old as shit about to die, and this person is doing whatever they're doing. They're like, yo, Art Morera, NoEmotion, fucking said this shit, and they spoke to me, and it changed my world. And I'm not gonna lie, one of my biggest things that I'm addicted to is helping people understand how to get to their path. So when I meet people, I like to give game. So I tell people, yo, you should do this, you should do that, the same way you did with the guy. If you're not doing that, it's kind of like, what are you doing this for? There's a lot of people that need a big brother. There's a lot of people that need a fucking uncle. There's people that grew up with nothing but failures in their life.
Right.
That all they had was the vision of your vision, and your vision inspired them to continue painting, growing, rapping, singing, dancing, or just going to regular work every day. We're inspiring people regardless. I don't never look at my shit like, oh, I need 100,000. Bro, the reason why I am not as big as I am is because I work my fan base and my family base and my people that understand me is one by one. One person at a time. So I think that based off of that, I think you will grow. Of course, I want to be successful, of course. But my biggest thing would be to see somebody become way bigger than me and then give me a fucking little, hey, NoEmotion, you fucking help me fucking keep going. And I thrive off of that shit, dog. Like, I truly get a rush off of being able to inspire somebody to feel that they can think different, live different, feel different. Fuck what they say. I'm going to be me. And I love it.
Yeah, man, like the things that we do, even though at this point in our career we're not really like super popular at the moment, that comes secondary, because one thing that is happening by the grace of God, one thing that is happening at least at this point, is the few people that are listening, they're able to get something from it that that improves their quality of life, bro.
Yeah.
And that, like, living in service in that way makes it so worthwhile, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even then, just like every random, I have this one homie of mine in California. He does bonsai tree clippings, you know, and he's a listener, and he drops like a comment saying, "Yo, you said this one thing, and it's true, bro. I agree with that." Just feeling like you are playing a minor role in somebody else's life,
fucking role,
is so dope, man. You know,
it is. It's very fulfilling.
Hell yeah, it is.
You know, it's very fulfilling, man. And you know, we create shit, we do shit, and we don't realize it, because in the moment when we were younger and first starting, it's kind of like, I'm creating for this purpose, right? For this goal. And then things happen and things don't work out the way that your main goals that you originally set out for happen. But there's shit that's going on in between those steps, bro. There's shit that's happening that you're not watching. You're so focused on yourself. I eliminated all of 2019 the idea of me being this big entity. Like, okay, so Penis and Vagina Records. I created Penis and Vagina Records. We go hard, we keep it tight. I created that because it's like, people say I'm from Jamaica, I'm from Venezuela, I'm from Colombia, I'm from Russia. No, you're from Penis and Vagina, bruh. Like, we're all created from the same essence. Your mom got fucked the same way my mom got fucked. Your dad fucked your mom the same way my dad fucked my mom. And that is why we're here. And I've been trying to, from when I made my switch, I'm creating this thing that's like, bro, understand, you're not from where you say you're from. You're from humanity. You're from the essence of creation. You know, and that's what I'm pursuing right now in my life.
So you would say that your goal with my bad, I just
Penis and vagina. Yo, I love that. I love
funny.
that, though. I love it.
That's
dog.
funny, bro. Because it's funny because it's true.
It's true.
But yeah, like this theme that you're pushing is to like eliminate all national
Yes.
like boundaries that people are like putting on themselves. Like, nah,
Yeah.
you're from over there, but I'm from over here. But really, we're just from our mom and dad.
We're just, yo, that is my, yo, bro. If I get fucking mega big, right? Not if, when.
You know what you should do? You should make a flag, and the logo of the flag is just the like.
Is this the fingers going into the hand, bro?
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
logo. The fingers going into the hand.
That's funny.
You know, and
That should be a merch item for you, bro.
it is, dog. That's my whole shit.
Come out with
bro,
flags or something.
my new album. I ordered USB sticks that's a sperm going into an egg, and that's how I'm gonna sell my albums from now on. All my music is gonna come from a sperm going into an egg, and the message that I'm sending, like through all of my children and through myself, like my music is a stream of consciousness. It's a stream of existence.
It's funny because like the sperm going to the egg, those sperms are flowing through a stream of consciousness to the egg. To the egg.
To the fucking egg. So through that, I created my children that each one of them relate to existence that is from some walk of life. So my son Billy Cosby, some people don't like Billy Cosby because he respects Donald Trump and he respects the separation of race, because that is what it is. And then I have one of my sons that is Trapper Keeper that's like, fuck you, I need to sell you these drugs so I can hustle. And then one of my kids is a fucking guy that loves his girl so much that she runs all over him. And she treats him like shit. But he loves her to death. Everybody hates her, but he loves her. So I'm trying to present an idea, and my promotional tactic is, where are you from? They tell me where they're from. No, you're not. You're from Penis and Vagina. And they're like, what? And I'm like, where are you from? And they have nothing to say, because it's truth. When you I found my truth within myself, within my existence, that because I come from a West Indian background and a black background, but grew up around all white people, mad poor. I was around rich white people, mad poor, and I still connected with them, Because in the end, bro, the essence, we're all from the same fucking place. We're all human beings. We all came from sex. We all came from love. Whether it was a one-night stand, whether it was a fucking, I didn't mean to nut in you. You were born. Your mom didn't abort you. Your dad didn't abort you, whether your dad was there or your dad wasn't there. You was born from the same chemical substance that I was born from. So what makes me any different than fucking you? There's none. It all happened from, oh, take that dick. Oh, get this pussy. Oh. And then 9 months later, your fucking ass is born. And now you're here. And we're going to continue this fucking process. So through my music, through my comedy, through my content, I'm trying to say, Penis and Vagina Records, man, we're from the same place. So when people throw up my symbol to me, I feel like when people throw it up to me, they understand we're both the same. We're both come, bust a nut come from the same fucking place. And I understood that, and I love that.
Yeah, I like how the word come and came as in arrived, and now you're here.
Come, came,
arrived.
You're
here now.
You're here now. We're here now, dog. Like, what now? Now
Word.
It's time for you to make somebody else come, came.
Yeah, like
or mentally.
Or what if like when you're with a girl and you're saying, "Oh shit, I'm coming."
Yeah.
That's your kid saying that through you to the world.
Yeah, dog. You get, dog. Bro, when people understand what I'm on, bro, I feel so good to be, like, I feel like my concept is, my father gets mad at me sometimes when he sees my shirt, right? When I got my Penis and Vagina shirt. And he says, you can't wear that shirt because it's disrespectful. And I'm like, yo, first of all, this is my company. Second of all,
company.
Yeah, this is my company. Yo, this is my company, dog. I'm gonna use that.
Yo,
dog.
hey, you should. You know what you should do? You should create a currency for your site where they pay with pennies, but the penny has your logo, and it's a cum penny.
It's a cum penny, dog. We pay with cum pennies, dog. And the people that are listening, the people that follow me now, the people that used to follow me before follow me because I was different, weird, and whatever. The people that follow me now from this year, they understand me more because I've opened up more. And I am trying to spread a message of togetherness, and that we're all one, and that we're all from the same thing, and nothing separates from you from me besides from procrastination. The only thing that separates me from another person is that I got off of work today and I worked. And then when I got done working, I worked a little bit more. But it's not work, bro. It's taking a little steps towards your end result. And if you understand that you cannot achieve anything without other human beings, not one thing in your life that you strive for can reach you without another human being involved. But then what happened to me was this motherfucker came from the same place that I came from. So no matter how their mind may make them think they are, I'm going to treat them the same way that I feel in my heart that nigga or bitch or man or woman or sir or missus, you motherfuckers came from the same place that I did. And I love you for that. Regardless of if you're built with hate or built with love, we're the same. We're equal. There's no different. I got rich friends, I got poor friends. We're all from the same place.
You know, with that being said, man, you know, bro, we covered a lot in this podcast, and I'm not gonna front. This was definitely one of the much more interesting ones. Shout out to all my guests, but
shout out to all the guests, man.
But
I love all of you guys because I listen to a lot of them. I'm not gonna say I listen to all of them.
No, it's okay.
But I
It's all
skim
good.
through. I listen to I'm gonna be real.
It's all
I
good.
listen
It's
to
all
like
good.
5 minutes to like fucking 6 of them.
It's all good, bro. Don't worry about it. I appreciate everyone for the 10 seconds that y'all give me. It's all
Yes.
good. But listen, man, like, you want to tell people what's your current project that you're working on and where they can find you at?
My current project, man, is tune into my YouTube channel every single day, 5 o'clock Eastern time. You can listen into all of my kids that I've given birth to. You can listen to Trapper Keeper. You can listen to Shaggy Balls. You can listen to Twisted Foreskin. You can listen to Billy Cosby. You can listen to Simple Simpy. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to fucking goddamn dog. You know, I'm a bad father.
It's okay, bro.
I'm a bad father, you know what I'm saying? But you can listen to all my fucking kids, man. You can listen to all of my children, all of my and we all came from the same place, man, and we all love you. Penis and Vagina Records, we go hard, we keep it tight. We all from the same place. I love everybody that's listening. I appreciate y'all listening.
And I mean, I'm gonna put it in the description too, but what is your YouTube URL? Like what do they type in?
Yo, one dope thing about myself, dog, if you type in NoEmotion, I'm gonna pop up.
But that's one word though. No emotion,
Yeah,
no
no
space.
emotion, no emotion, no space, no emotion, no space. Goldmask, no space. First name, no emotion. Last name, Goldmask, or Penis and Vagina Records, and you can find all of my content. You know what I'm saying? You can find everything that we're creating. You can find our movement. You can find everything there.
So y'all go ahead and do that, man. Go on YouTube, check out NoEmotion, check out all his shit. Just don't ask.
Don't ask, man.
Just
don't ask. Definitely don't ask. What is this? You know?
Yeah. Don't ask, man. Just watch. You know what I'm saying? Check out NoEmotion Goldmask. If y'all haven't listened to my last 2 projects, which is Transit City and Good Grief, they're on all streaming platforms for now. And just fucking let us know what y'all think, man. Hit us with the comment. Everyone else that's taken anything from this episode, I appreciate y'all. And don't forget, man, just if you see somebody walking down the street and they seem like they're all caught up in their own head, yo, just say hello as you walk past them.
Yes, I love that.
Just say hello, bro. You have no idea how much that means to them, bro. Because some people feel like they're just invisible. But you see them, and if you don't say hello, you're only validating that bad thought that they have, that they feel like no one notices me.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll go in the comment section of like some famous rapper, and you'll see some like just I see this comment, somebody saying notice me, and I'll click on their bio on their IG, and I go on their page, and it's some teenager somewhere that's going through that.
Yeah.
You know, so say hello, bro. Say what's up to people
to
as you
people.
walk past them. Some people in bad neighborhoods, you say what's up to them and they get in a better mood. You know what I'm saying? Just say what's up, man. And if you see me walking down the street, say what's up, yo. If you see NoEmotion, say hello.
Say what's up. And you'll realize that we're all the same, dog. You'll realize that we're all people, dog. Some people are just trapped in their own ego and their perception of what they should be. Don't judge them for that, you know, move past it and just love, man. Just show love.
Oh, hey, and one last thing before I close out. On that note too, right? Like, if you see, for example, me personally, right? If you see me walking down the street and you say what's up and I seem like I'm having a bad day, don't take it personal, bro.
Yeah,
my music is just as tight as it was before you said hello.
Yeah.
Just know that I'm probably going through something, and you saying hello I'm thankful for, but I'm just too focused on what I probably shouldn't be focused on anyway. And don't take it personal, man. Same thing with if you say hello to somebody else or someone says hello to you and they don't seem like they're having a good day, it doesn't make them less cool than they were before you met them. You know what I mean?
That's facts, man. That was deep.
Like, yo, just say what's up, man. And on that note, I'm actually going to say goodbye now.
Yo, peace out, everybody. Yo, man, much love, man. Look at my Masters Golden. Don't ask who am I. No emotion. Yeah.
Word. All right, y'all. Peace.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast, podcast, podcast,
Medianoche.
podcast, 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 podcast.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast, podcast.